Today's webinar is the first of a series called the Lead Gen Playbook. So this is really, over the past 3 years, we've worked with so many amazing agencies, and we've sort of seen the patterns, the way that lead gen agencies use high level in conjunction with their strategies to deliver success. We've worked with some of the top agencies in the world. We're proud to power a lot of the top agencies in the world. And so we were like, hey, let's turn this into a playbook. Let's teach people the pattern. And that's what we're doing with this series of webinars. So we're going to run these starting today, every Tuesday at this time for the next 9 weeks. And we're going to cover a bunch of awesome topics, some of them more tactical, some of them more software driven, that deliver success, proven success. And so today we're starting with the first one here, easy automated wins for any client. Now let me bring up my chat window over here. And let me just organize my windows a little bit. And let's see, where's my Zoom one? Great. All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me kill my Slack. Perfect. All right, so let me ask you a question, and I'm actually going to launch it as a poll. If your agency runs paid ad campaigns, so Google ads, Facebook ads, or SEO campaigns, when you get a new client, how long does it typically take for you to launch your first campaign? And so you should see a poll in Zoom. Go ahead and click the answer. We'll hang up for just a second. Jordan, this will be recorded, so we'll send out the replay. Don't worry about that. Dan, sounds great in Philly. Nice. Hopefully, maybe you can see my little Claude Giroux bobblehead back here on the shelf. All right, so we've got answers coming in, and they look to be pretty typical from what we've seen. The large majority saying 1 to 2 weeks. Good amount saying 3 weeks plus. And 32% saying less than 1 week, which is surprising. I hope you're being honest, because what we know is the industry norm is it's a few weeks, especially if we're talking about SEO campaigns. They typically take, a month or more to get going. But with paid ad campaigns, it's typical between 1 and 6 weeks. I think the average is probably 2 to 3 weeks to get the first one off the ground. And guess what? Clients hate that, right? They just cut you a check for $1,500, $2,500, $5,000, whatever it may be. And what we as marketers essentially tell them is, okay, great, we're going to go through this onboarding process. We're going to go build a couple of things out on the back end. We'll launch the campaign in a couple of weeks, and then we'll get some data like the week after that, and then we can optimize. And so, what we're saying is basically like a month or two from now, we should be off to the races. And obviously clients have a problem with that, right? Because every second of downtime, they're just second guessing the decision they made to cut you that fat check. And so the good news is we can actually bridge that downtime with easy automated wins that won't require you to hire more staff for your agency, but that can immediately kick your new relationship off on a great start. So let's hop into what those are. The first is our white labeled app. So the quickest way to get somebody to adopt something is to get them into a mobile app that they can use, obviously straight out of their pocket. High Level has 3 apps really. The High Level app that you can find in the app stores, our gray labeled version called Lead Connector, and fully white labeled apps. So if you didn't know, you can pay an additional $4.97 if you want to have the High Level mobile app completely white labeled and put into the Google and Apple stores under your logo. So you can sign into all 3 of those with your normal High Level credentials, and your clients will be able to access their leads, their conversations, contacts, appointments, reviews, all in one place. So this mobile engagement creates sticky clients who day one will find value, because what you've just done is consolidated their communication channels into one streamlined experience. So High Level, if you're new to High Level and our mobile app, pulls everything from phone calls and recordings, text messages, Google My Business chat, emails, Facebook messengers, Instagram DMs, and right around the corner, which is WhatsApp, which is in beta right now. So yes, this is the Lead Connector app, Mike, the high-level app, they're all one and the same. But the Lead Connector is the gray label, right? Any high-level agency can tell their clients, hey, we have a mobile app called Lead Connector, or hey, there is a mobile app called Lead Connector, however you want to pitch it, but they can sign in with their normal high-level credentials. And it's going to consolidate all this communication into one easy to manage stream, right? So if we look over here at this image, you can see each of these contacts, these conversations has a little icon here that indicates what type of message it was. So this was a phone call. So there's a recording sitting in there. This was a text message. This was a review. This was an email. And so all this stuff comes into one place. And there are apps out there in the market that do just this, right? They just consolidate communication. Because if you think about it, it's really difficult for most businesses to manage communication across all these channels now. If you go into your average client's Instagram DMs, you're probably going to find a lot of old messages they miss because they have no idea what an Instagram DM is, or maybe they just don't have the time to get to it. And so if we pull it all into one place, they only have one thing that they need know they need to manage. It frees up time. It brings order to order from chaos of distributed communication channels. So easy win number one is just, hey, we've got a mobile app, download that, sign in, and everything's going to happen in the same place for you. Here's what's really cool about this. Because high level enables them to text message people back, to send emails back, to make phone calls, we actually allow you to monetize that, right? Because all of that happens through credits. And so if you've ever used a software where you can do text messaging or phone calling, they use a company called Twilio to run that service. Twilio powers the world basically when it comes to telephone, text, and then email. You have SMTP providers. And so we actually don't mark that up to you. We pass all along the wholesale rate, and we actually give you the ability to decide how much money you want to make off those micro payments. Or sorry, the micro usage and the payments of those services. So like, if you want to make a penny every time your customer sends a text message, you can just slide this up until you see your margin go up to a penny. And every time the customer charges their wallet to use these services, we will send the margin that you chose to you. And so what's absolutely crazy is that we saw this number is actually way off, and I'll show you this in the towards the end of the presentation. Millions of dollars in 2021 got generated by agencies just off SMS, phone call minutes, and emails. And so when you get your clients using this stuff in the app, it becomes so convenient, and they're accustomed to, paying for usage, and now you're going to monetize off of that as well. As a bonus win, this is super cool. We don't talk about this feature enough, but in the conversation, whether you're using this for your agency or whether your clients are using it for their business. Let's say I'm having a text message conversation with this person. At the bottom of the screen, there's a little paperclip icon. And you can check this out right now. If you have the app, go ahead and open it up. If you tap that, one of the options you get is to record a video. This is amazingly powerful, right? So imagine I'm your client. I'm a dentist office and I work at the front desk, and you're running a free teeth whitening campaign if you book a cleaning for me, our office. And the app, buzzes every time there's a new lead, and you notify me, hey, go record a video. We just had another claim from Susie Smith. Go record Susie's video. Well, I just open up Susie, right? I tap straight to her name, takes me into the conversation. I hit record and I say, hey, Susie, thanks for claiming our free teeth whitening offer. We're super excited to see you. Like, hey, look, there's Dr. Bob. Say hi, Dr. Bob. Great. So the next step is to get you booked for a cleaning. We shot you an email and a text with the link to book, but if you have any questions, feel free to just reply here via text and we'll help you out. All right, we can't wait to see you. You hit done and it spits a link to the video right into the conversation with a little preview here. And you just hit send. And now you've sent a customized video. You've made that connection with the lead, which has incredible impact when it comes to conversion rates. And so there are apps in the market like Bonjoro and BombBomb that sell this one service alone for $15 to $30 a month. So we've just consolidated communication, easy win, right? There are apps that just do that in the market. We've got this cool feature here, which is an easy, let's call it $20 a month feature. So we're slowly stacking up this value, right? And this is all stuff that you can deliver on day one. Let's talk about easy win number 2. So high level gives you the ability to put this chat widget on your agency site and your client sites. This is huge. And let's take a quick trip down memory lane. This started with live chat software, right? Live chat came out and we all got excited, right? We're like, oh, this is awesome. I don't have to get on the phone and call businesses anymore. I can just hop on chat. And so what we quickly found out was there's never anybody on the other end, right? So you take the time to type out your message and then you just sit there waiting. And then it evolved, and now you've probably seen on most of these that a thing will pop up and it's like, we typically reply in 6 hours. And you're like, well, that's great. I'm not going to sit on this website for 6 hours, right? And so what our web chat widget is, your web chat widget, is what we like to think the modern evolution of that, which is it's actually just a gateway into an SMS conversation. So you put this on your agency site, your customer site. It gets the little bubble, you click it and it pops up. They enter their message and it comes into high level as a text. And when you reply, it goes back to a text to their phone. So we've untethered the user from the website. They can go about their day, but we haven't lost the lead. We're still in a conversation via SMS. And guess what? Users love this because texting in general is the preferred mode of communication nowadays. So every business needs to be able to text with their customers, and most of them can't. Well, by white labeling high level and putting the web chat widget on their site, you've immediately enabled them to text. And guess what will happen as soon as you do it? People will start texting in. And to your clients, it feels like magic. But the truth is they were already getting traffic to their website. It just wasn't converting because if you're like me, you hate getting on the phone and you probably don't like taking time to fill out forms, right? So as soon as you see there's a chat widget, people jump on it. So to your clients, it feels like, holy smokes, we just signed up with this agency and it's not even 24 hours later and leads are coming in through text messaging. This is wild. We've never been able to text before. And so it's essentially basically just dropping a net into a river and catching fish that were already swimming by. And obviously that reflects well for your agency and your new software high level, right? And so this is easy win number 2. Install the web chat widget onto the client's site and you will be amazed at how quickly leads start coming in. Check out this little bonus here. You've probably become used to when you see a chat widget at the bottom, it'll say powered by, and then whoever makes the software. Well, we have enabled you guys to put your own powered by on your web chat widgets that you put on your client sites that link back to your sales page for your white labeled version of high level. So that's a pretty cool little detail there. All right, so next up, number 3, GMB chat. Now, this is very similar to text messaging in general in the fact that, look, Google's full of really smart people, right? I think we all know that. And they know that nobody likes to get on the phone anymore. And so they also know, and I hate to break this to you, especially if you're an SEO agency, and if we haven't figured this out yet, Google does not want people leaving Google, right? They don't actually want you clicking through to a website. They want you to get everything you need right from search. So knowing that people hate to get on the phone or fill out forms and knowing that they don't want you leaving search, the obvious move for them was to roll out messaging themselves. And so we can see over here a screenshot from a business that has this turned on. So Google My Business Messaging is a service that's out right now. The thing is, most businesses don't know it exists. They don't know how to turn it on. They've never heard of it, and they wouldn't know where to go to answer the chats if they did turn it on. Well, guess what? With high level, when you connect a business Google My Business account to the account in high level, we turn it on automatically, and we start sucking the conversation straight into the same stream that we've been talking about. So it becomes another net in the river, right? Your clients are already getting great amounts of traffic to their Google Maps, to their Google My Business listing on mobile search. And so you turn this on and all of a sudden conversations start happening, leads start coming in, right? True story. The very first time I turned this on for somebody was for a friend of mine who has a restaurant. And he was like, I'm like, oh, you got to turn on Google My Business Chat. Oh, I don't want another thing to manage and this and that. I'm like, no, it's all going to go into the same place. Trust me. Turn it on. Less than 24 hours later, the first message comes in and it's like, hey, I'd like to buy a gift certificate. And I was like, well, there you go. The first chat you got off GMB was somebody trying to give you money. So needless to say, he was pretty thrilled about keeping it turned on. So GMB chat, win number 3, just like the web chat widget, you turn it on, it runs itself. It generates leads that feel magical to your customers, but happen right away. Incredible way to kick off a new relationship. Let's check out win number 4, the missed call text back. So this is huge for so many industries. Did you know that 62% of calls that go to SMBs every day go unanswered? That may seem crazy, but when you actually think about it, if you go check out your customers and what's going on, like who's answering the phone, you'll see all sorts of things that make this sort of make sense, right? The person at the front desk is typically handling walk-ins, right? They are answering the phone, and half of phone calls today are like, hey, we'd like to talk about your business insurance, right? Spam. So when they're on that call, they're not answering the real lead that's calling in at the same time. They're also doing things like picking up lunch, walking the owner's dog, taking out the trash. All of these things add up to missed calls. And so with high level and the missed call text back, we can solve for this. And so here's how it works. Check this out. Google My Business actually has 2 phone number slots. And so in high level, if you get a phone number, right? You go into the settings, phone numbers, and you get a phone number for the account. It'll ask you, to what number do you want to forward this new number, right? And you use your client's business number. Well, when you connect Google My Business to high level, we already talked about how we automatically turn on Google Chat. We also look to see, does the forwarding number that you set for the new phone number match the number that's in their GMB account? If it does, we automatically move the phone number, the real business number, to slot number 2, and we insert the new high-level number in slot number 1. So what happens then? Well, every call that goes into their GMB property is now tracked and recorded in high level, right? So we can provide visibility to our clients. They can go listen to the recordings and see what their staff is, or hear what their staff is saying. But we also activate the missed call text back because we now know if these calls are connecting or not. So if a call comes in and it doesn't get answered, we fire back immediately a message like this. And this is completely customizable, but you want it to say something like this. Hey, sorry, Mr. Call, how can we help? Because think about what happens. My heater broke, I'm freezing. I'm Googling somebody who can fix it, right? I get to the first one. They probably don't have GMB chat turned on. So I'm calling them. The call goes unanswered. Well, now I go back to the search result. I scroll to the next one. I start calling that. But as I'm doing that, bloop, I get a text message that says, sorry, Mr. Call, how can we help? Like, this is Bob's HVAC. Sorry, Mr. Call, how can we help? And what do? 2 things. I don't go to the next competitor. And I say, sweet, I can text message this business instead of having to get on the phone. And so this recoups so much lost revenue. It's huge for the services industries, your clients who are constantly out in the field, who have a real hard time managing their inbound phone calling. And what's actually crazy is I've been surprised, blown away by how many high-level agencies are actually leading with this feature alone. They're saying things like, hey, how is your inbound sales call going these days? And clients are saying, oh, it's a nightmare. Like, it feels like every other call is spam. And, I'm out on the job, so I'm missing calls left and right. And they say stuff like, well, what if we could turn every call into a text conversation? And then you could just scan through them and you'd quickly see what was real and which wasn't. And you could reply to them on your own time. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. How much does that cost? And you can resell high levels for whatever you want. So this feature alone has massive impact. And again, it's automated, right? You can turn it on day one. So think about the value that we've already stacked up, and we're just at number 4 so far, that you can activate right away. Again, to provide air cover as we build and launch that first paid ad campaign. All right, let's check out number 5, reputation management. So when you connect Google My Business and when you connect Facebook, we start pulling in the reviews automatically and displaying them in the same channel, right? The same conversation stream. So you're quickly bringing attention to your clients as to the reviews that they're getting, right? If they're not getting very many or they're not very good, what a great opportunity for you to sell them reputation management as a service, which you can automate with high level. But here's another cool thing. Well, one, we make it really easy to reply to the reviews, right? There are all sorts of statistics that consumers want to see businesses replying to reviews, especially if they're bad reviews, right? We want to see how a business handles situations like that. So they can reply to all the reviews right from the same conversation stream as the text and GMB chats, everything we've already talked about. But check this out, dispute a review. Businesses get spam reviews all the time. People out to, with just a vendetta. They didn't actually experience the service. Businesses hate this, right? It drives them nuts. They don't know what to do about it. But the truth is, Google will remove them if you request it and if the request is legitimate. So we built it right into the app. They can just click and open a dispute request. And, if it is a spam review, Google will take it down. So clients absolutely love that, and it's built right in. And again, this all happens out of the box automatically as soon as you connect GMB and Facebook. All right, so let's head over to number 6. Help them collect money. This is awesome. This is text to pay. So this requires Stripe. So Stripe is, arguably the best payment service online nowadays. The accounts are free. So if your client doesn't have one, just tell them to open up a Stripe account and then you connect it to high level. And once you do that, in the conversations, there's a little money symbol. You click that and create an invoice window like this pops up where you can quickly give it a name, a price. It generates a unique number there. And you can choose an expiration date and a due date and whether or not it should expire. This is amazing for businesses that need to quickly connect one-off amounts of money, right? So what you'll find is that a lot of businesses have a POS system with set products in there, and they paid somebody to set that up. But as soon as they need to collect a different amount of money, they're in a bind. And so this is amazing. They can just quickly spin up an invoice and hit go, and it shoots it out via the text message. The client clicks it, and a nice invoice pops up that they can pay right there on their phone. So we also have subscription invoices coming soon, but I promise you, if you help a business collect money more quickly and easily, they will be happy to pay you for a very long time. So again, this is built in to the system, right? This happens out of the box. It's no extra work for you to provide. It's just more value. Number 7, help your clients send great emails. Most businesses by now know that they should be emailing their clients and potential clients, right? So they go look for things like MailChimp, right? A one-off solution. Well, guess what? You can now provide the functionality of MailChimp to your clients. It's built into high level, right? We have a beautiful drag and drop email builder. If you've ever used MailChimp, you'll be right at home in the builder. And so you can now enable your clients to build and send beautiful emails whenever they want. And here's what's great about it. Most of the competitors charge by list size, contact size, right? Which always killed me at the agency that I used to run. It was like, the better we did for our clients, the more they had to pay in software fees. And they would hate that, right? Even though we're generating them tons of money. We're like, oh, by the way, we have to raise your invoice by $300 this month because your list size grew above this threshold. And they're like, what, are you kidding me? And so we don't charge like that, right? You pay high level one fee, you choose how much you want to resell to your clients for, and they're paying for the email credits out of the wallet, right? So you're actually making money the more emails they send. So make it very easy for them. Let them know they've got a beautiful drag and drop email builder right inside the platform that they can use whenever they want. All right, let's head over to win number 8. This one is cool, and sorry I didn't get a visual in here. This one requires a little bit of setup work, but once you set it up, it's then automated. Every business gets asked the same questions every day, right? And one of the benefits to working within a niche is that you quickly figure out what those questions are. So you can just build a survey when you're onboarding a new client that says, hey, by the way, do you guys get asked these questions all the time? And they'll go, oh yeah, we do. Wow, you really know the industry. And you're like, yeah, we work with tons of people in your space. If you provide us the answers to those questions, we can actually automate that. So anytime anybody writes in off of the new web chat widget on your website, your GMB chat, your Facebook message, your Instagram DM, et cetera, we can automate back the reply. Oh my gosh, that would save us so much time. Do you know how many times a day we get asked if we have gluten-free? Think about that, right? So you can easily in workflows go build automations that say, hey, if a message comes in and it contains gluten-free or whatever you want, automate back this reply. It's very powerful, especially when you start asking your clients, hey, what questions do you get every day and how often do you get them? You'll quickly see the value that this creates. And again, there's a little bit of work, like you put it into the snapshot, right? And then you get the answers and you just go plug them in real quick. But once you do it, it's going to run itself. So another easy automated win. All right. Number 9, Yext. So Yext is a service that is a behemoth of a service, actually, because they do something pretty cool. They take your business information, right? All the critical stuff, name, address, phone number, et cetera, hours, all that. And they go out to the most popular citation sources on the internet. A citation is basically a directory, right? Like anywhere where you can list your business info. And they insert the business or your client's business info into all those directories. And what happens is it synchronizes the data across the internet. And so this typically has a very positive effect on SEO, because if we think about it, when I'm searching for something and Google goes and looks at what they're going to return, and it's like, okay, well, this business over here we see has 5 different phone numbers across, 5 different site directories. The address is different versus a business over here where it's the same number, the same address everywhere they look online. Well, they're probably going to return the one that they're confident is a real business and they know the phone number and the address, et cetera, over the one that they don't. And so Yext enables that, right? It makes sure the data stays consistent across all these important sites, and every citation comes with a backlink. So again, it typically has a nice SEO boost when you do this. And guess what? High Level has a fantastic group rate. So we charge you $30 per account per month, and then you choose what you want to mark it up to. And so this is just easy margin that you can bake in for your clients, enable them to opt into Yext if they want to, or you can make it default. But it's just an easy automated way. And then it gives them access. So if they ever need to change their hours or their phone number, like think about how many times you guys did this over, with COVID and everything like that. You just go do it in one place and it changes across the entire internet. So it's a great little service. It's baked into High Level. You can offer it and again, mark it up to whatever you'd like. Number 10, Linktree templates. So this one is kind of funny to me because it's so basic of an idea that has such high perceived value. But I will give credit to where credit is due. Social media profiles generated a problem, right? We only get one link. If we go to the High Level Instagram, we only get one link in our profile. Well, that's not cool because we want to quickly enable people to get to a bunch of things. So this company called Linktree, and there's a bunch of them, came out and said, hey, how about we give you a Linktree page, a landing page with a bunch of buttons that you can control. And so you're basically splitting your one link into many. Well, we can easily build these in high level, right? And put them into snapshots. So if we go look at ours, we can see, we've got, we'll take you to a Y page, right to a free trial. Maybe you want to go check out the affiliate section. Maybe you want to go check out our blog, our videos. Hey, did you know we have a swag store? So we enable you to get to all these things very quickly off our Linktree page. And you can build these for your clients, throw it in the snapshot, brand it for the industry, and use it for all of your clients. Super high perceived value. But again, you build it once and it's there in your snapshot. And so it just becomes something that you can deliver in an automated fashion. And guess what? For attending today's webinar, I've got a special gift for you. We actually have, I think, 19 industry templates that we designed and put into a snapshot that you guys can have and use for your clients. Go in there, tweak them to your heart's content, throw them in a snapshot and start offering them to your clients. Let them know, hey, it's part of our package. Again, more value for you to deliver. And so let me actually grab this for you guys and I'll throw it in the chat. And let me go back here. All right, so here comes the link. Boom, there's a snapshot. You can go grab all of those Linktree templates. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so if you are wondering, well, all of this sounds fantastic, but how the heck am I going to go set all this up? Like, I've never done this before. This sounds intimidating. Well, the very first thing you see when you sign into a new account in high level is the Launchpad. And the Launchpad literally walks you through setting up, these things that we talked about, right? So the first thing that happens is, hey, click that send link button and put in your phone number and it'll text you a link to the mobile app. So everybody asking for the link, I threw it in the chat, but don't worry, I will throw it in again at the end and we'll post it in the copy of the replays and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get you the link for sure. Let's talk about Launchpad for a second. So number one, boom, hey client, click that link, right? Imagine I'm hopping on an onboarding Zoom. Click that link. It's going to ask you for your phone number. You put in your phone number. We auto detect, is your phone an Android or an iPhone? And then we send you the link to go download Lead Connector. And so again, download, get them signed in, and boom, you just increase the stickiness of that client. You're going to reduce your churn by getting them into the mobile app. All right, next we're going to connect your Google My Business account. Go ahead and hit that connect button. A little permission pop-up is going to happen. Say yes. Great. Now GMB is connected. Boom, Facebook. Okay, web chat widget. This is going to check, is this installed or not? You hit this and it's going to ask you for the URL. It's going to try to figure out, is it a WordPress site? Is it a Wix site, etc. And then it'll give you the instructions on how to set it up. If it's a WordPress site, we actually have our WordPress plugin called Lead Connector. And so you just have to install the plugin and then you can turn on the web chat widget with a click. And you can also publish high-level pages. If you build in the funnel or website pages, you can publish those to a WordPress domain through the plugin as well. Here's Stripe Connect, and then here they can add more users. And so this becomes a very easy guide to walk your clients through onboarding to get these easy automated features set up while your ad team is going and building out their campaigns. And if you really don't want to do it yourself, you can pay us to do it. So for $99, we will hop on the Zoom call as if we work for your agency and we will walk your clients through this. So we suggest you charge like a $200 setup fee. You're going to pay us $100 and we'll go do this onboarding for you. And once all this stuff is configured, it's automated, right? And so this has become an absolute game changer. And so here's the URL. It's in the marketplace in your agency account. You hit marketplace, you can find the service. Here's the URL for it as well. But I want to reiterate what a game changer this has become. These features, right? There are other companies out in the market. Go look at like the Podiums of the world. They're doing a few of these features, right? Hey, you need to be able to text your customers, etc. they're selling them for $500 a month, and you have to sign up for a year. Last time I checked, you had to sign up for a year at a time, right? So you guys can go compete with your own brand, your own label, right at that price point and win all day long. And so what we're finding is that agencies that are running this model charge for the software that does these automated things, and then charge for the services that they want, right? Facebook ads, Google ads, etc. Because when the time comes when they don't want Facebook ads anymore, you say, no problem. You turn off the ad package and they're still paying you hundreds of dollars a month for the software that runs itself and delivers these automated wins day after day. In fact, in 2021, we had 24, I didn't realize that number was, that's interesting. 2024 agencies went into what we call SaaS mode, right? Where we package up these features for you. And in 2021, they generated over $24 million in SaaS revenue. And we know because you connect your Stripe account to High Level, so we see the numbers. And additionally, they generated over $13 million in the micropayments off of text messages, phone calls, emails, and Yext. So imagine, and it also goes and reduces your churn, which is the most important thing, right? So imagine what this could do for your agency from a revenue perspective, from a churn perspective, and from an onboarding perspective, right? We already talked about how it takes us a few weeks to get a client's campaign just off the ground. Well, imagine if you started delivering all this value on day one so that by the time the campaign goes live, they're already thrilled about what your software is doing for their business. So again, this is the first of a series of webinars that we are going to run every Tuesday starting today at the same time slot. We hope you can join us for webinar number 2, where we're going to hop into calendaring within High Level.